internet, what's up? It's Kenjay, back again with another video, and I'm recording the audio for this for like the 7th time. It feels like 7 times. Every time I record it, I do the rambling thing, like I'm doing right now. Anyway, so today we're gonna talk about today's subject is high school, and being how I am now 20 years old, out of high school into my second year, no, third, well, like second and a half year. I have one more semester left of school, basically, but practically third year of college. Third year of college. I thought it was right for time for me to do some high school stories. Anyways, and before we begin the video, I'd just like to say that if you don't want to listen to my wonderful voice, it's totally fine. It's no harm done to me. You can mute the video, put whatever you want, but it's totally okay. You do you. What I will say beforehand, the program that I'm using to draw this is not Sketchbook Pro, but it is Photoshop. Yes, I got my hands on Photoshop after some time, but that's besides the point. But yes, I'm using that program to do my drawings with, and for other contacts, I sketched up this drawing in my sketchbook and just took a picture of it and put it onto here. So that's probably why the paper is that strange color. But anyways, just want to get that context before I get right into the stories. So let's do it. So my school was a private school. And most private schools are basically schools that aren't really like funded by the state or anything else like that. You have to pay in order to go to school and everything else like that. And most tend to have a good education. You get I'm not going to say you get a better education per se, but you get a decent education, if anything. You probably could get the same education you get at a public school, at a private school, which is totally fine. So, back in high school, that high school, I have a lot of gripes with it. I'm not going to say I hated that school, because hate's a strong word. There were some things I didn't agree upon, like basically shoving the Bible down a person's throat. That's what it felt like at that private school. But, that's the way they do things, and it's totally fine. But I'm just for one, not for the one who would like do that. You know, let's let him ease him into it. When you shove something down a person's throat, it gets extremely annoying and drifts them away, further and further away. And so yeah, there's that. So in this private school, to me, I felt like they could get away with some stuff, but that's just me. And let's see. First story we're going to talk about is from ninth grade. And it was the one story that stood out and still stands out with me to this day. Because I was just not in the best of moods during that time. And it doesn't make me mad anymore. It kind of just like, it makes me laugh because of how stupid everybody was. And also just like how dumb the situation was, but also how this teacher was still working there. Either basically I technically told on her. Yeah, I told like the principal on her technically like that. It's like, hey, that's not really cool that she did that, and I don't like that too much. But anyways, so one day I'm running late to school, like always. I literally could not, maybe not could not, but it felt like it was impossible for me to show up on time for school. I tried my hardest, but I just could not make it on time. So I'm running late, and I'm panicking like, oh my gosh, I'm late. I tried. I just need to get to my class because I just need to get to class. So I'm running to class, and I get there. Nobody's in there. Like, books and everything else like that were laid out, but nobody was in there. So I'm thinking like, is there something happening? Because if class is not going to get canceled. That's one thing that I know about that school. Class would hardly ever be canceled. Because it's like if a teacher shows up, teacher don't show up, it don't matter. They just come in, put the video on, and leave. So yeah, no problem with that. But my class was missing, And I know they were there because the books and stuff were there, and they would never leave their books and stuff out. So I go over to another classroom, and at the school, since it was small, so there was only like 3, 4 teachers tops. So the principal also stepped in as a teacher. So I go over to the principal teacher's classroom, like saying, like, "Hey, did that class say they were gonna leave or something else like that? Because I'm in there and nobody's in there, and I don't know what's going on." And he's like, "Huh, I don't remember them doing that. Let me go check on that." So we get back to the classroom. Guess what? Everybody and their mama there. I'm just like, who? What? The? Huh? ¿Qué pasa? What? Maybe not que pasa. I think que pasa is because. But like, que? Huh? What? Why? Where did you come from? And like during that time, they're like, I understand you're like when you're in high school, you're kind of shallow or whatever. But they were saying like, oh no, we were here the whole time. Reason why I mentioned that, I'm about to get to that. We were here the whole time. I don't know where you were and everything else like that. And I'm just like, well, sorry if I showed up to class and nobody was in here. Like, how does that sound? But they insisted that they were there, and I'm like, I think you're lying to. In my head, I'm thinking like, I think you're lying to yourself right now. You should really just not lie to yourself, because there's no way in hell that you were here the entire time. Excuse me. And I hate when people pull bullshit like that and just think like, hey, it's totally fine because it's funny and we're all making a joke. But I'm thinking like, no, you don't understand. If I'm not here or showed up to class or something else like that, you can use this against me to bring down my grade. Because literally, I was late a lot, and so I wasn't sure how my grades were. Because if you're late so many times, your letter grade will go down. And so I'm thinking like, my letter grade can go down because of you. So don't play that bullshit with me. And the whole like time they were just calling me things like, "Oh, you're crazy," or "You're losing your mind," "You're going insane," and all that other bullshit. Yeah, so but it was just so ridiculous, and I'm just like, I don't have time for y'all and your foolishness. So I'm just gonna back off. I'm not even gonna get into it anymore. At that, like I said, ninth grade me, I was shook. I was just shook, and I didn't say anything really, and I regret that because I don't know. I told my mom and I told my grandparents and such because they were teachers and they're like, yeah, what they did, that's not right. They're not supposed to do that. You better make sure that this is not gonna count against you because, like I said, their foolishness they should not be reflected in your grade and everything. And I like look back at it. I don't think I was affected by it. Well, my grades were affected by it, but I had trust issues after that. Like it wasn't the raisin cookies that looked like chocolate chip cookies. That's not the reason why I have trust issues. That whole situation was the reason why I have trust issues. You know, nobody likes to be played. So, yeah, there's that story. Let's see. And I want to do like for like 10th grade and 12th grade, I want to do separate videos for that because there's like a lot of stuff that happened in those 2 years, and I feel like they deserve their own video for like these two things I'm talking about. These other stories that I'm talking about are like little stories, but not like a whole year. It's like the one story that stood out. But yeah, 10th and 12th grade are gonna get their own stories. So let's get on to 11th grade. In 11th grade, I was, let's see here, what happened in 11th grade? Let's see. Well, going back from 10th, the quick snippet I'll give you the fact I failed Algebra 2. In 11th grade, I had to take geometry. I didn't feel like I was ready to take that class because I failed Algebra 2. And I know in the math realm, like, algebra 2 and like geometry on in different realms, but I feel like I should have been held back. But they wanted to push me forward, so I'm like, okay, we'll go with that. No big deal. Whoop the frickin' do. Anyway, before I get off on another tangent, but I'm taking algebra, not algebra. I'm taking geometry, and the whole class is failing. And my family's like getting on me about it. It's like, hey, you're failing this class. I'm not paying for you to go to school to fail a class. Like, why are you failing and all stuff like that? I'm saying to her like the whole class is failing because we don't know what's going on. And whenever we ask our teacher to help us, he's no help. Like legit, he's like the Donald Duck of Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts Donald Duck trying to when you need healing, Donald's not helping. When we needed help in geometry, this teacher wasn't helping, and it's just like, why do you exist in this world? Why are you a thing? But besides that, obvious nitpick, obvious point of just like unhelpfulness, he I felt like he was trying his best, but he wasn't doing it. He just wasn't. So we're sitting there, we're all failing. So whenever we ask him for help, we're like, okay, hey, we need some help for this particular thing. He's like, okay, well, I'm gonna sit you down and let's help you out. And something like, okay, we're good. He's gonna help us. Everything's gonna be okay. Nope, he goes on these existential crisis tangents, deep, deep, just conversations. I guess he has. I don't know how to describe it. He's not helpful, and it's freaking annoying. Excuse me. So it's like he's really just no help in this situation, and we're all failing because he keeps not staying on subject. At one point, he was all like, "Oh, I promise I'm gonna change, you guys. I'm gonna try my best to change, and so you guys can pass and everything else like that." He did not change. He was still talking so much that we were so behind in one class that we were like head in. He had to take us out of that class and put us through geometry. Even at one point, we didn't do PE because we were stuck in geometry, which is fine because I don't see how I could fail PE. And we're trying to get ahead. We're trying to like figure it out, but it's like, why? And it was a mess. We were so behind. I think even we were taking like a quick summer week of just trying to finish, and we finished. But man, it was hell to pay. Such hell. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a thumbs up, and leave some of your high school horror stories. I want to see what you guys have to say, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.